Whenever the monks went to eat, they had to cross the lake by jumping across floating logs. The rule was clear: no one's clothes should get wet. A new boy who had recently arrived at the temple was watching all this. He saw that the other monks crossed the logs with ease. He thought, what's so difficult about this? As soon as he stepped onto the first log, he lost his balance and fell straight into the lake. He quickly climbed out of the water and, driven by hunger, ran towards the cafeteria. But a senior monk standing at the door stopped him. He said, "Entering with wet clothes is forbidden." He immediately took off his clothes and hung them on a nearby stone pillar to dry. When the clothes were dry, he put them on and went inside. But by then, all the monks had finished eating. He saw a little porridge left in a basket. The hungry boy, without knowing that the food was meant for the senior monks, reached for the bowl. Just then, the same senior monk appeared. He stopped him and said, "If you want to fill your stomach, you have to work for it yourself." He gave the boy a challenge. He had to balance himself on a floating log and eat the porridge from the bowl at the same time. But the boy couldn't maintain his balance or eat his food, and he fell into the water again. The next day, thinking no one was watching, he climbed the wall and secretly tried to sneak into the refectory. But he was caught. The same senior monk came and threw him into the water again. The people standing around couldn't help but laugh. That night, the boy made a silent vow to himself that he would prove himself. When everyone was asleep, he brought 2 wooden barrels. He rolled them on the ground and began practicing balancing on them by jumping from one to the other. He fell repeatedly, got up, and tried again. Gradually, he started spinning the barrels faster. He continued to practice his balance, and finally, he mastered perfect balance. The next morning, everyone expected him to fall again, but they were all astonished. The boy lightly placed his foot on the log, performed a spectacular somersault, and crossed it as if he were floating on air. The senior monk was watching all this. He had the logs removed and replaced them with thinner ones. Now the path was far more difficult. Even the senior students couldn't cross it. The boy stepped forward confidently, but this time he too fell. Now everyone started practicing day and night, but no one could cross the path. Then an experienced monk arrived. He told the boy, "Throw a plate into the water with all your might." The plate sank straight into the water. The monk explained, "When you step heavily on a piece of wood, it sinks just like that. The more pressure, the faster the descent." Then he took another plate, placed it gently at an angle, and slid it across the surface of the water. The plate reached the other side without sinking. The boy understood. That night, he went back to the lake. He practiced without stopping. With every step, he remembered the monk's lesson. Walk lightly, if you fall, get up, and try again. He fell repeatedly, but he didn't give up. Finally, after many attempts, he crossed the thin piece of wood. The senior monk, standing at a distance, was watching all this. A faint smile played on his face.